So it's been a little while since we've gotten a major update for Dota 2. And by little while, I mean literally more than half a year. Half a year. But as much as I would love to rant and complain yet again about how utterly trash Valve is as a company, I would more like to focus on the positives for the sake of this video, as I am genuinely excited for what is to come in this upcoming 7.33 patch. Because surely it's not just going to be another half-ass band-aid patch like the last one, right, Valve? It's gonna be a major patch, right? Not 7.32F, please. I may not applaud Valve for their update schedule, but what I can give credit to is how well thought out and how awesome some of these major patches tend to be. Like 7.23 with their introduction to neutral items, 7.28 with the brand new shard upgrade, and of course, who can forget about 7.0, arguably one of the best patches of all time. Bringing in a boatload of new stuff like talent trees, the backpack system, pre-game intros, and Monkey King. Actually, never mind, that patch fucking sucks. So to commemorate Valve for finally giving Dota 2 some love towards the end of this month, I would like to share some of my ideas on what I think Dota 2 needs in patch 7.33. Now, I don't think a lot of people would disagree with me if I said that this current map that they're on now could use a little bit of polishing. The lack of jungle camps on one side, the excessive amount of cliffs, and oh my god, are these boundary runes just so fucking forgettable sometimes. I would definitely be down for some adjustments to the map design here and there, or even just a straight up revamp from scratch, because honestly, this shit just kind of fucking sucks. Now, I'm fully aware that there may be some people out there who aren't a huge fan of this idea, and that they may feel a bit overwhelmed and uncomfortable by not knowing exactly where everything is. But you have to understand that Dota 2 is a game that is heavily reliant on using the map to your own advantage. Having a brand new map design and terrain will not only change the way that the game looks, but also the way that the game is meant to be played. Things like macro, ward placement, strategies, rotations are all forged in time through your knowledge of the map and where everything is located. And that playing on the same exact terrain for months upon months on end can get just as boring and stale as playing these same exact heroes for months as well. A new map would for sure be a great start to making Dota feel fresh and fun again. It's also just nice and feels good to observe a brand new look, especially for returning players who haven't played Dota in a long while. Personally, there is nothing I hate more than the way drafting is in this game. The fact that all bans happen at completely random, and on top of that, your entire team loses gold if nobody wants to pick first, is just downright stupid. I always find myself in this exact same situation almost every fucking time, where I'm just listening to the haunting sounds of my gold slipping away from my grasp because some fucking asshole won't pick his fucking Crystal Maiden. All right, fine, I'm just gonna pick it. I don't give a fuck. I'll just pick it, okay? And we lost. It's just so fucking awful. Like, I'm not kidding. It's so terrible. It's literally the worst system I've ever seen in video game history. The fact that this is supposed to be one of the most highly competitive games of all time, like, bro, even fucking Mario Party isn't this retarded. And I know what you guys are gonna say, okay? I know what you guys are gonna say. Well, Blitz, hey, Blitz, just play draft pick, bro. Just play draft pick, bro. No, just shut the fuck. I don't want to play draft pick, okay? I don't want to sit through 30 minutes of queuing for draft pick, then wait another 15 minutes for drafting to finally end, just so I can finally lose the game faster than the amount of time I actually spent waiting for the game to finally begin. Like, dude, just fix the fucking shitty system. It's not that hard. Now, hear me out on this one, because I know a lot of people out there are going to be quite critical and rather not fond of this idea, but truth be told, I always find myself, as well as others, to be experiencing the same recurring problem in almost every single game. And that exact problem is that Roshan is just such an important objective, because it's the only objective that currently exists in the entire map. Yes, of course, I'm fully aware that taking down towers and getting good vision can also be counted as objectives, but when it really comes down to trying to secure a win and pushing your lead, only Roshan can truly help you do that. Roshan has always been super important, not only because of the amount of gold and XP your team receives, but also because Aegis is basically a must-have now before trying to siege tier 3s. Going high ground this patch is basically a suicide mission, but that's exactly what Aegis allows you to do. And Roshan's only becoming increasingly more important as patches go by, because they keep fucking adding shit for him to drop. Like, dude, back in the day it used to be Aegis and cheese. Aegis and cheese. But nowadays it's Aegis, cheese, Ag shard, Ag's blessing, refresh. I just think it could possibly be a good idea to maybe create another objective. It could be another creature we could kill that drops different items and rewards different from Roche, or maybe even a tower that unlocks only for a certain amount of time. And then whilst the tower is activated, you have to run there as a team, win a team fight, then claim it, sort of like an outpost, but way less useless. I don't know, just add anything honestly, because the reality is if Roche is down and neither team has Aegis, nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, is going to end up happening for the next 8 to 11 minutes. And I see this even in the pro scene sometimes, where both teams are just at a complete stalemate, too scared to push high ground, only tier 3 towers are left, so they just do nothing besides farm all game and wait for Roche to finally respawn so they can finally fight for a reason. I definitely think that adding another objective on the other side of the map would spice things up a bit. It would take some focus away from Roche, balance the map a bit more, and it would shorten the amount of downtime we tend to see or experience in some of our games. But yeah, that's basically it. Just in my opinion, some ideas on what I think would make for a killer 7.33 patch. Regardless, I do think that Valve has a very exciting patch prepared for us at the end of this month. Or at least they better, because they did sort of take half a fucking year. But all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys when the patch drops. See you guys later. Unless I see this shit again, I swear to fucking God, I'm never coming back.